Vishnu Garu, hi.
Hi, hi.
Sir, I have followed your whole journey actually. I studied and worked in Chennai. So the first film I watched featuring you is Jiva.
Okay.
Actually, they showed it in our college. Illegally, it's actually piracy only. In hostel, they used to screen us films every Saturday.
Okay. Which
So
college? Sorry, I may ask.
St. Joseph's,
Oh, great.
OMR.
Okay.
So they screened Jiva, and that's the first time I discovered you, and I have followed. I have seen the internet and all in theaters.
Oh, great.
And Vela in Vandata Vellakara is
Yeah.
one film that I really love. That Ani Kalela Armaniki, that joke. You know, it's such a popular joke, and your filmography has a lot of good films, a lot of critically and commercially successful films.
Yeah.
Sir, but when every time a new Vishnu Vishal film comes out, it's almost like you have to start from scratch every time a new film comes out. For someone who has delivered many good films, why do you think the path hasn't been as easy for you
See,
as
there
it should be?
Two reasons to this. One is the delay that every time my film takes to come to the screens. So by the time my film comes, 500 films have released in Tamil. I'm talking only Tamil.
Yeah.
Then there are other language films. So what happens is, and also the kind of success that I give is not very huge initially in my career, which I gave.
Like Neer Parvai.
Yeah, Neer Parvai is a good success, but not a blockbuster success.
Right.
Then again, Internet Rally is a good success. It's a profitable venture, but not a huge success. But when this comes to the TV, that time it was satellite. It was a huge success. When Jiva came to the TV, it was a huge success. Theatrical, it was all success. So each time I had to struggle to get a movie to the theater, it was taking me 2 years. So 500 films have passed.
Okay.
So the memory of the audience is again 2 years back for me. So this is one of the reasons where again I have to start from scratch. So they're like, Vishnu Vishal's film, we can go and watch. That is there in their mind. But they want to watch, I'm not able to bring that because I'm taking too long. This is one reason. Second is I'm doing different content. I was doing different content from way back. My first film was Vanilla Kabdi Kuru. Here it was Bhimli Kabdi Jaddu in Telugu. Then, Rachasan in between. Mundasapatti.
Yeah.
So, very different film. Mundasapatti was a huge success at that point of time. But what happens is when you do different cinema, the audience taste has to get adapted to that cinema. But when initial phases of my career, commercial cinema was what was loved the most. Only now, post-COVID, the content is taken the higher seat. Because people's tastes have changed by watching world cinema, all language cinema, Malayalam cinema especially. So they started to explore more content. They believe in content more. Commercial is still there. Commercial is the number one consumption content in our country. But content is something that people now like and appreciate and love. So now my time is there to get to the next level where I don't have to start from scratch. And also now I'm having my own production house. So bringing a movie to theater, I'm working very, very hard to bring it fast.
Right.
Why? Because to get a good producer for a different content was very difficult for me in my initial journey. So getting producers also was very difficult for those content. Like Gatta Gusti, 6 different producers. Rachasan was rejected by 21 producers. Or 21 or 17 producers. And FIR was rejected by 3 producers. So, getting that content that I believe in and getting the producer for that took a very long time. So, these are the challenges I face. And now, that's why I've started my own production company. I've started to roll out content which I believe in on my own without taking too much of time, without taking too much of delays. And I think back to back, if I come every year, I come with 2 or 3 movies, then that I told you, that a time delay, that also will be saved and my content also will be appreciated. And I think this is my time. I have to, we say, right, everybody will have their time. I think this is my time and I think now that will change.
Super.
But thank you. I mean, you've seen so many of my movies.
No, I've seen almost all of your
See, I have that pain
films.
in me. It's not that I don't have that. I should have been in a better place. But I also know the reasons. I know the reason. Second is the songs. I mean, another reason, if you ask me,
songs. Yeah.
I don't have very commercially.
You don't have such good.
Commercially successful replayed songs on satellite channels or on YouTube, where you go with your friends, sit and play one of my songs. No, that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Longevity. Songs give a film longevity.
Yeah. So that also I'm missing out. So I know my aspects and I'm trying to focus on it and correct them. So this is what my learning is from my 17 years of career. Now I'm focusing to correct those mistakes and get better at what I do.
But throughout this journey, didn't you think maybe you could do one mass film? I'm not saying doing a mass film and succeeding with that is easy, but let me do this one mass film, or this could be my Gilli, this could be my Sandakoli, which will establish me, like which will give me that minimum guarantee base, and then I can probably bring the kind of content that I actually believe in. Didn't you think on those lines?
See, I thought on those lines, but for me, the start to the mass content was not action. It was comedy. That's why I did Velakaran, I tried Kadanayagan, I tried Silkvar Patti Singham.
Yeah.
So for me, it was that. And then from there, I wanted to transition into an action. But what happened in this three content, one clicked really well, one did decently well, one failed miserably.
That Silkvar Patti Singham
did
Christmas.
Decently well. Yeah, it was 7 releases.
7 releases.
That's why it didn't do great, because it was 7 releases.
Yeah.
But the Kadanayagan completely didn't do well. So, but when I do content, I do 3 out of almost 2 will succeed, and the second one will be almost 50% successful. So I always succeed. So then I realized that actually the core that I am, it is the different content. Right. I like to watch also different content. I love mass films. I love mass heroes. But the content that I really appreciate and attaches with me is different content. Something unique, something fresh, something told for the first time, something that makes me think, something that makes me emotional, something that makes me change as a human. I connect with that content more when I watch. So that is also me when I want to act in a film. Now that is what attracts me more in terms of stories. So I realized that let me not miss my core. That is my uniqueness. That is going to make me different. Now how to balance? Now I'm choosing films which has core different ideas and bring in the commercial elements like FIR, Gatta Gusti.
Yeah.
Gatta Gusti, if you see, is a commercial film, but it has a very core element about women empowerment. And now if you see Aaryan, Aaryan is also a very different film, but it will have its commercial elements.
Right.
Which you might suddenly feel, is this necessary for this story? But I have started to include those elements.
Isn't that a compromise?
No.
Okay.
Am I taking away your watching experience? No.
Okay.
How much am I compromising? Also determines. So that is a very, very big aspect. What you asked is right. How much are I deviating you from the entire focus of the story? Hardly 2 minutes.
Okay.
Then I'm getting back into the story. So you need to also have a character travel. So what I also missed was one of the reasons for your answer. There are a lot of reasons actually.
Okay, you have done like a proper analysis.
Yes. I'm an MBA graduate, so I do a lot of analysis, and I feel that I didn't know acting, and I was learning as I was doing films. So for me to carry a film completely on my shoulder, I was always scared of. Because my second and third film flopped. The biggest flops till date in my career are my second and third film. As Drohi and Bale Pandya.
Drohi is Sudha Kongara ma'am film, right?
So these 2 films really bombed. So that put a lot of fear in me. So after that, I decided that I'll be part of good films.
Okay.
So I didn't think of becoming a hero. I thought of just surviving in this industry.
I wanted to ask you that actually.
So then when I slowly survived, now I get the confidence as an actor that I can stand in front of a camera, I can pull out and pull any character on my shoulders. So now only I am going to push myself into a zone where stories are also on me, not only on me, also on me, heavily on my character. But there will be something unique in my films, for sure, even going forward. But I will bring in those commercial aspects which actually, how to tell you, spread a among larger audiences.
Wider audience.
Yes, that is what we all want, more audience to watch our film, right?
Yeah.
So that these are all learnings that I've gathered in 17 years. Sorry, long answer.
No, please.
But I had
please.
to tell you because these are all the learnings that I've gathered and I'm trying to implement now.
No, the point that you said, which I think comes across as a bit, maybe I'm an outsider. I'm not aware of your insecurities. I'm not aware of the kind of situations and hardships that you had to go through, right? I'm just seeing the final film.
Correct.
So every time your film used to come out, it's like, apart from something like a Mahavir and Kittu or something, you were not really the highlight of many of your films. Like you would have like a proper paddy, even like a Gatta Gusti, you underplay.
Yes.
Like it is the wife's character that gets these big moments. Even Ratchasan, you openly admitted that Christopher is he's the one who
drives the movie forward.
Yeah, Indra Netranala is also like a proper.
Yeah, it's the time machine that drives the movie forward.
Yeah, I think FIR is perhaps to an extent.
Yeah, you're absolutely
to an extent.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
You are never tempted to be like, I have to be the face, I have to be the highlight.
See, I'll tell you something. Again, this is my thinking, my thought. And if you ask me any question, I'll be very straightforward. I'm that person. No matter camera is rolling, not rolling. Okay. So my theory is, I admire a lot of heroes. I've grown up watching heroes. But of late, if you see, the people who I admired a lot are only doing action.
Yeah.
And I'm actually like, I feel, is there nothing more to cinema than action? And can our heroes not do little more than action? But what happens once you get caught in that circle of action, mass, then you're only caught in that. So you want to do more of that. And people also are tuned.
Image trap.
Yes, the fans also are tuned to expecting so much out of you. I basically don't want to get trapped. So the only way I cannot be trapped is do content where a lot of characters play significance. And eventually one day, I will gain your trust so much that Vishnu's film we can go and watch.
Don't you think, that's my point, don't you think you have done enough films, enough good films?
See, I have done enough films to gain your trust.
Yeah.
See, that's what I told in one of my interviews in Chennai. They told me you're a star. I said no. In my eyes, I'm not a star. I'll tell you who a star is. I asked them, when I announce a movie, do you wait for my movies to be watched in theatre? Are you waiting after I announce, oh, I want to watch this movie? The interviewer said no. Bharadwaj Rangan sir it was. He said no. Exactly, sir. The day you wait for my movies, that is when I'm a star. Right now, I'm an actor who wants to become a star. And that day when it happens, that is when I'll feel I'm a star, sir. Because in my head, I want you to wait for my movie. But the kind of movies that I do, it will take a long journey. I am very clear about it. Like even Aaryan is going to have a very unique character. The highlight of this movie is definitely going to be Selva Raghavan, sir.
Okay,
I'm telling you very openly.
Okay.
And again. But I will have my significance. But the highlight of this movie, once you come out of the theatre, will be Selva's character. And I'm okay to do that. And because, I want to narrate interesting stories. And I want to be part of interesting stories. Because I know once I get caught in that circle of mass and action, then there is no chance of doing such stories. And you will be able to do 1 in 10. But in this circle that I am trying to achieve, probably the time for me to achieve what I want is going to take longer. But I think I'll stay longer because I don't know to do anything else. I was a cricketer. So cricketer turned actor. I have no other option now. I don't know to do business. I don't know anything. All I know is acting.
Only income source.
Source of income is this. So the more longer I sustain in this industry, the better for my career, my future, my generation, next generation. I have to take care of my family. So that is how I'm thinking. So probably that is why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Right.
I don't know if it is right or wrong.
No,
this is my perspective.
Sir, anything that we believe in strongly and do hard work, that's right.
So I'll give you one small thing about how I believed myself more. I happened to meet Aamir sir and become very close to him in the last 2.5 years. I gave him a small analysis. I analyze a lot, like I told you. I told you, I told sir, you do very different films. From where do you get the courage? He said, no, I have always been like this. And I said, in a dangal, the climax, you were locked inside a
Toilet.
room.
In room.
And your daughter was winning the match. How could you get convinced as a hero to be locked in a climax? He said, Vishnu, is the story. I believe in the story, I believe in the characterization. So that is something I also believe in. That's why I'm a very big Aamir sir fan. Now, what I ask him is, sir, in South, it doesn't work like that. The longest standing superstars are action heroes, mass heroes. So if you need me to compare there should not be comparisons among careers. But if at all I need to compare somebody like you from South, there will be only Kamal sir who does very different content and is survived for so long. And Mammootty sir of late is doing very different, drastic, different, very bold content.
Yeah.
Apart from these superstars, I think, sir, most of the superstars are all action superstars.
Yeah.
And I said, sir, that is where I'm scared. Because the long-standing heroes are mostly, mass heroes. And I'm not that. My thinking is not that. And I don't know, sir, what will happen to my career. Is what I openly asked him. You know what he told me? Why can't you be the first? So that hit me really hard. That one sentence from him, hit me really hard. He said, why are you following what has happened? Why are you analyzing and trying to follow what has happened? Analysis is good. But find your own path. This word, that line that you said, believe what you do, is exactly what he said. Believe in what you do and do it so convincingly that everything aligns, the universe aligns to you. This is what I learned from Aamir sir.
So beautiful, beautiful. And one more thing that my first mentor, Mr. Sudhir Srinivasan, you just did.
Yes, I just met him.
I worked with him in Expert. He was my first boss. See, he would always tell me this one thing, and I could see this. I could see what he said in your words also, which is, he would always tell me, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Correct.
So don't think about today.
Exactly, correct.
So don't think about today, think about the long run. That's exactly what.
Yes, I think about the long run.
Yeah.
I want to do a lot of content. I don't want to be caught in one content. So if today I start giving, actually, I'm already caught in the content where people expect only content from me.
Yeah.
So, but that is still better is what I'm saying. Because, I can still experiment. They're ready to accept my experiments, which is, if you ask me to do a commercial film, no, I'll be very scared. You ask me to do a different experimental film, no, I'll be happily jump into it because that is my strength, which for very few people it is. So for me, I'm happy. I'm happy to have come this far with the limited knowledge, limited background that I had in my career, in my life, in terms of films. I'm really happy to have come this far and becoming a producer today. I'm producing next 5 films.
Yeah.
And
you're producing all the 5 films?
Next 5 films are all mine.
Okay, that's a huge risk.
No. I see, again, like I said, 2 years where I was taking 2 years to come to the screen. So I don't want that anymore. I want to believe in my content, produce my content, come out on my own. And one day I'm confident that there will be a lot of people who will believe in my work and support me to bring it to the market faster.
No, but is frustration also a reason why you turned a producer?
Definitely. Definitely. There's no doubt about it. After doing a movie like Rachasan, 9 of my films dropped. Committed, story sealed, producer sealed, and dropped for no reason. Whether I asked extra salary, no. Whether I demanded anything, no. What was my mistake? When I analyze a lot, right? So analyze, self-analysis. There's a lot of self-analysis. I don't think I was wrong anywhere. Just because Silkvar Patti Singh released with 7 other movies and didn't collect in theatres after Rachasan, they immediately wrote me off.
But isn't it common sense for even for normal people? We feel that okay, the film released in such tight competition, maybe that's why it didn't do well.
They didn't want to believe, and that is okay. See, no, they didn't want to believe it.
Okay.
So for them, maybe Rachasan did well because of the director. So exactly, like again, telling you, people always thought that my movies do well because of the director and the story, not Vishnu. Because I don't shoulder my movies.
Then Silkvar Patti also must have flopped because of the director and the story, no? And with whom
No, when the failure is there, it's always on the hero. when the success is there, a lot of other factors.
And you did Gatta Gusti with the same
Yes,
same director.
Now I'm doing Gatta Gusti 2 with
Two
the same director.
same, yeah.
So then I slowly realized that, okay, people are not understanding that I am choosing some stories. They are thinking that, you know, only the directors are executing. Yes, it's a director's medium. I respect, love, and I admire. If not for my directors, I wouldn't be here. But there's something that I am also adding to the table. That's why I believed in producing movies.
Right.
The moment I start producing, they will start understanding that this is not just a director and a producer going to a Vishnu. This is a Vishnu producer, actor who's wanting to choose such content. Then the name will start, okay, Vishnu is doing this.
So basically you are mounting a project.
Yes, yes. So that, see, when I did a Gatta Gusti, people were surprised, how did I mount a movie in my production where I am not the hero, the girl is the hero.
Yeah.
So that gives me credibility and conviction to do what I want to do and the world to look at me like that. Because here, unless the industry believes in you, you will not get opportunities. And unfortunately for me, my industry didn't believe in me. So I kept producing for myself to make them believe in me, and now, touch wood, they believe in me to an extent. Now they've started to believe. The day will come where they'll believe me more. So frustration definitely is one of the reasons. And I think with that, I take, I'm a sports person. So I take challenges to my heart. And when you tell me, no, you can't do it, that is when I'll push myself to do it the max. So that is me. And a lot of introspection has gone into this. And the last 2-3 years, I've done a lot of analysis about myself. I've been taking counseling. I've also been mentally low. And the self-understanding that I've got about myself in the last 2 or 3 years.
I love that you're so open about it.
And my friendship with Aamir sir, it has taught me a lot.
Beautiful.
It is like a masterclass for me in the last 2.5 years.
I'm very envious of you because it's a
Yeah,
privilege.
Trust me, it's a privilege.
It's a privilege. It's a privilege that not many have.
So like you said, suddenly when I met him, I became close to him and I learned so much from him in the last 2.5 years. You know what I realized? Probably, you know, whatever work I put so many years, it was just to reach this man, because this man is somebody I really look up to. Aamir sir's movies and his way of, you know, approach towards movies and his conviction. And Aaryan is a script for which I actually happened to sit with him, narrate to him, and he was interested to play the antagonist in the Hindi version of it.
Wow.
So that gave me conviction ki if my script can reach an Aamir sir and he can be interested to play the antagonist as me, the protagonist, in the Hindi version of it and produce it, which means I'm doing something right.
Wow.
And from there on, that friendship evolved and he made me a part of what he's gone through in his life. And that conviction has given me a lot of strength, self-belief, and a lot of conviction in what I'm doing. And I believe that one day, my cinema, the cinema that I make, will eventually be spoken about everywhere.
So wonderful, wonderful. And when you say that Vishnu is the one who's actually identifying directors, which is true. You must be listening to a lot of scripts. You must be meeting a lot of new directors, but you're the one who has to identify that person. So let's say a Praveen comes to you, or say any director, a new director comes to you. What are the qualities that you look for in a director?
So this is a very interesting question. Nobody has asked me this. So basically, I'll tell you, the first thing that I do very honestly is listen to stories, because I think that is the starting point of any film. If you go wrong there, you're wrong. That's it. The whole process is wrong. So the first thing I do is I listen to it very carefully. The second thing when I listen to a story, I try to find out what is different. If something has really moved me in terms of surprise, laughter, emotion, or that one connect that I get with that movie, that is the second thing. Third, in a director, what I don't know to read stories. I don't like reading stories.
Okay.
Never read scripts.
You like to be narrated.
Narrated. Because when I read, I visualize something on my own. So my second and third movie, I told you were my biggest flops. Both those scripts I read and only said yes.
In your whole career?
In my whole career, these are the only 2 scripts that I read and I said yes. So from there on, I decided I should never read scripts. And so I only take narration. So in the narration, what I try to look into is the detail that they actually communicate in what they want to communicate.
Right.
The minute detailing. That's a very important factor for me. Second is the confidence they have. Because narrating a story for 2-3 hours and keeping you glued is very difficult.
Can't they fake it?
There is a possibility, but with experience,
You will identify.
We are able to identify to an extent. See, there will be mistakes done here and there. See, life is a learning. Life is continuously going to be a learning for you. Today, what you think you've learned, tomorrow you might again, it might come and bite you back again.
Yeah, we have to unlearn.
Yeah, we have to unlearn. We have to do all that. But I think today I'm able to identify to an extent, because now I don't decide over one narration.
Right.
I sit with the director after like a movie's narration. I sit with him multiple times to figure out what is his vision, to figure out what he thinks, what is the story he wants to convey, what is my part in the story. Why does he want me to be a part of the film? Just because I can produce the film?
Yeah.
So I look into all these aspects, and then when I'm convinced, convincing me is very difficult today than what it was before. There were times when I used to go to people to convince them. Nobody got convinced easily. Today, God's grace, there is a time when you have to take time to convince me also. And but here I don't write off anybody.
Right.
I don't go by names.
Right.
If this name is coming, he'll do a good job. No. If a newcomer is coming, no, I'll look at him with doubt. Nothing like that.
Equally.
I try to be as equal. See, I'm also a human being. Obviously, there is success behind people who, you know, when they come with success or when they come with a name where they have done a few movies, you tend to, you know, okay, believe in them a little more, obviously, right?
Yeah.
That all is there. But just because somebody has given success, I don't believe in them completely. Just because somebody has not given success or doesn't have any history to them in terms of making films, I don't immediately not believe in them.
Right.
I give a very neutral path. Because according to me, if it's a director's medium, you agree?
Yeah,
Cinema.
Yeah.
But if all directors are right, why are 90% of movies not doing well?
Yeah.
Which means somewhere something is wrong. I'm not saying always a director is wrong, but somewhere something is wrong in the process. So I try to figure out that process with the director. Every time I have checkpoints, like while shooting, after 10 days, after 2 days, I'll speak to them, what is going on, I'll see the footage, I'll discuss with them. All this actually I have been doing even when I was not producing films.
Okay.
I used to ask directors questions, I used to talk to them, what is happening, they used to show me footage, they were kind enough to show me footage. So I had a lot of learning with my directors. And today I'm able to apply all that learning in my films that I produce. So it's a long journey, long process, but I'm learning. Like I said, I'm scared to go to bigger names sometimes because I feel they'll not listen to me. I'll also not be right always. Sometimes I'll also go wrong. But I always take a joint opinion. And that is, I think, that is what I learned again from Aamir sir. I'll again and again go back to him. Because I saw his process and it was really mind-blowing. So before a movie comes out, maximum you will be able to understand what the movie is actually going to do. That is his process.
Okay, with him. Okay.
So that I have been learning. So it's a great experience so far. And what drives me to do different movies is that moment when I listen to a script, I tell you, one unique thing I connect to. If the same connection happens in theaters, and I wait for that connection from the start of the movie till it releases, that moment, if that connection happens with the audience in theaters, that gives me a lot of happiness because that's a new connection.
Right.
Like a Mundas Patti, a camera, in the climax, I take it out, the entire village people just run away from the cameras. That was a moment I laughed so much while listening to the script. And when that happens in a theater, I feel so complete. Like that, Arian has a moment, the 30th minute of the movie, which will be like, huh? I never thought about this. How is this going to happen now? So that moment is there in Aaryan also. And these are the moments of cinema that actually give me fulfillment and satisfaction.
And I think translating that moment from a narration to a film after 2 or 3 years is not easy. Because when you hear it, you are like, it's very virginal, it's very pure. Okay, after that, they might go through rewrites, you might have like a million problems while shooting. Like for instance, when you came for this interview, the shirt color that you're wearing is matching with, so these are like, it's a tiny logistical issue, but there'll be hundreds of logistical issues. and still you complete that. And if that the uniqueness and the kick that it gave you while listening to the narration, if it's translated onto the big screen, I think that's one of the most difficult and the most rewarding.
Yes, so that is probably that, like I said, that is the process. You try to get your process right. The more you try and get your process right, the more that connect will remain. And the more you actually don't care about the process just because you've heard something, it's going to translate. No, we have to focus on the process a lot.
Wow. Sir, this has been a great chat, and like you said, the 20th minute in Aaryan, okay, not exactly 2020, but
Between
I'm
the
very
20th
excited
to 30th minute,
20th to
something
30th.
new is going to happen.
Very excited to see the film. What is the kind of experience that Aaryan will give? Because I remember watching Ratchasan. I didn't watch Ratchasan in theater, okay. I watched it in flight on my mobile. Okay, and you know how the environment is, right? So there are a lot of people talking, children are crying, the air hostess are moving, the lights are on. But sir, it's one of those experiences that made me believe that you don't need what do you call, a big 70 screen and Dolby Atmos just to feel it. If the story is compelling, if the filmmaking is compelling, even if you watch it on your phone, it will hook you.
Correct.
I watched Ratchasan and I was literally, every time that that music came, it was scary as hell. And imagine this, I'm watching
Theater.
sitting in a flight and I'm watching on phone. This is the impact it is giving me, because this filmmaking is so
Good.
strong.
So strong. I know.
So please tell me, with Aaryan, what is the kind of experience that it's going
After doing a movie like Ratchasan that you're saying,
Yeah.
see, Ratchasan also taught me a lot. It taught me to believe more in myself, because that one content of mine went across the country
Yeah.
when there was no OTT.
Yeah.
Okay.
It got remade in languages.
Yes, languages,
yeah.
and the Hindi version of the Tamil movie, when it came on satellite during COVID, it was a huge blockbuster.
Okay.
So before that, when I used to go to Bombay or Delhi airports, nobody used to know me. After that, when I started going, people started recognizing me.
Nice.
That was the kind of reception that the movie had. It gave me a lot of confidence that if the content done right, it will click with the audiences across languages. So now doing a movie after Ratchasan, a thriller, definitely there's going to be comparison with Ratchasan.
That's the benchmark.
That's the benchmark. Can I beat it? No, I'm very clear. I can't. I should not try also, and I can't also. You don't try and make films to beat another film. No, you try and make a film to be true to that film. Now, what is true in Arian is the different experience that you will get, drastically opposite from Ratchasan. Ratchasan is you finding out who the killer is.
Who done it? Yeah.
Here we have already told you who the killer is. It is Selva's character. Here it's going to be different. So the experience that you will have in this movie is more of how, not who.
Okay.
How is this going to happen? How is the hero going to stop this? Is it going to happen or no? That is the experience that you will receive in this movie. Whereas Ratchasan was who is doing it, why are they doing it, and you get that fear in you. And here it's going to be, you start thinking like you are the police. You start putting yourself in that situation as to what will I do if I'm in this situation? How will I crack it? So that's the difference. So these are the unique experiences of that I will draw between both these movies. So Arian is going to give you that. And see, it's like if I tell you a very difficult or maybe impossible situation, and I make you believe, what if this situation is there? If you really believe that yes, this can happen, this movie will be a great watch to you. If you feel that maybe 50-50, this movie might be an average watch to you. But it will not be a bad watch for sure, because it's something very different. It's like what I love about Hollywood is sometimes they make you believe the impossible. A spider comes and bites you, you become a Spider-Man.
They sell you the most insane ideas.
Correct?
Yeah.
So like that, there's an idea behind the story. If we are able to sell that to you, because it is very much possible.
Right. Okay.
If we are able to sell that to you, then you love this movie. So that is what is going to make Arian.
Super.
And it's my son's name.
Yeah,
so I'm very
yeah.
confident about it. That's why it's my son's name.
So beautiful. Very excited to check out the film on October 31st. I missed Ratchasan in theater. This one,
please.
I won't miss this in theater. Gibran is also scoring, so I love his work. Thank you so much, sir. This has been a pleasure. All the very best.
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
All the